Master Your Mind, Master Your Life. You Become What You Think. Book by Shubham Kumar Singh. Introduction. In a world overflowing with information and self-help books, it can be challenging to find the ones that truly have the power to change our lives. We all seek personal growth, happiness, and fulfillment, but sifting through the sea of books can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. I have been through it, and that is what inspired me to this book, to help you find the most impactful insights that will transform the way you think. Within the pages of this book, we will embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. Drawing from the wisdom of hundreds of books during my reading journey, I have carefully curated a collection of actionable insights that delve into personal growth, happiness, mindfulness, human psychology, philosophy, and mental health. These insights have had a profound impact on my own life, and now I am thrilled to share them with you. But first, let's explore the fundamental truth that underlies our entire existence: the power of thinking. Our thoughts are the architects of our reality, shaping our perceptions, emotions, actions, and overall well-being. They hold within them the key to unlocking our full potential and living a more meaningful life. Ancient wisdom, exemplified by the teachings of Buddha, offers profound insights into the significance of our thoughts. Buddha understood the transformative nature of our thinking, expressing that all that we are is the result of what we have thought. These words resonate across time and space, emphasizing how our thoughts shape our character, actions, and ultimately, our destiny. They lay the foundation for our journey of self-discovery. Buddha's teachings also highlight the practice of mindfulness, the art of observing our thoughts without judgment. By cultivating awareness of our thought patterns, we can recognize negative or harmful tendencies and consciously redirect them towards positive and beneficial ones. This practice empowers us to take control of our thinking, harness its transformative power, and create a life aligned with our deepest values. The journey doesn't end there. Another Buddha's profound teaching: we are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. These words illuminate the creative power inherent in our thinking. Our thoughts shape our perception of reality, influencing our experiences and interactions with the world. By cultivating a positive and constructive mindset, we open ourselves to a world of endless possibilities. Our thinking not only impacts our internal state but also how we perceive and respond to external circumstances. It becomes the catalyst for a more fulfilling and purposeful life, benefiting not only ourselves but also those around us. You Become What You Think, Master Your Mind, Master Your Life is your guide to unleashing the power of thought and action for lasting transformation. Each chapter reveals actionable insights that have the potential to reshape your thinking and consequently, your life. Unlike most non-fiction books that have one point to make, they make it and then they give you example after example after example after example, and they apply it to explain everything in the world. This book cuts through the clutter and presents only the most valuable and practical insights. Let's be honest, not all self-help books are created equal. There are the gems that truly changed my life, and then there are the duds that just took up my time. That's why I wrote this book, to share the best of the best with you. You have the freedom to navigate through this book as you wish. Dive into the chapters that resonate with your the most, exploring the topics that ignite your curiosity and fuel your desire for growth. As you absorb each insight, you'll find yourself expanding your knowledge, embracing a growth mindset, and cultivating a positive attitude towards personal growth and learning. So, are you ready to embark on this transformative journey? Are you prepared to challenge your current thinking patterns and open yourself up to new possibilities? If so, then, You Become What You Think is your key to unlocking the door to a life of fulfillment and meaningful change. Let's embark on this adventure together. The path to transformation begins now. Part 1: Happiness and Mindfulness. Life is just a series of present moments. Have you ever thought about the two emotions that hold us back the most? If you asked 100 people, chances are, most of them would say regret and anxiety. But why do we worry so much? The answer lies in the way our minds work. Our constant stream of thoughts is usually focused on either the past or the future. Take oversleeping for example. We might start by regretting hitting the snooze button and then worry about being late for work. However, the most crucial time is the one we often neglect: the present. It's the only moment where everything happens, all our emotions and actions. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Eckhart Tolle. The past is simply a collection of past present moments, and the future is just a bunch of present moments yet to come. So, it's pointless to live in any moment other than the present. If you have a research paper due in 14 days, all the time you spend regretting procrastination or worrying about the workload ahead won't get you any closer to your goal. Focus on the present and start solving your problem right now, and you'll be on your way to making progress. Embrace the power of the present and see how it can change your life. The more you are focused on time past and future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. Eckhart Tolle. Action. Live in the now. Dwelling on the past usually results in regret, which you cannot change. Worrying about the future only adds to your anxiety about something you can't control. We can only live in the present moment, so try to concentrate on that. We can learn to live more fully in the world around us by staying present and understanding that we are not our thoughts. Though, one dart hurts enough, but you'll worsen your pain if you dwell on it. Much of our pain is felt on two different levels. The first level is similar to being hit by a dart, a sudden rush of pain. It could be the result of an accident, such as stubbing your toe, touching a hot plate, or crashing your bike, or it could be the result of a failed expectation, failure, or rejection. This type of suffering is unavoidable. We all have to deal with it at some point in our lives, and there isn't much we can do about it. However, most of the time, we aggravate the situation by throwing a second dart at ourselves based on how we physically and mentally react to the first. All of this adds to our suffering, except the fact that we have complete control over it. This type of pain is entirely optional. Instead, we must learn to accept the pain, do what needs to be done to heal our wounds, and move on with our lives. The second darts are usually more painful than the first because we keep throwing them throughout the aftermath, often long after the first dart has vanished. For example, we may obsess for months over a failed relationship or worry through countless sleepless nights about test results. Why would we throw more darts at ourselves when life already throws enough at us? Action. Endure your pain. Endure suffering. Recognize when something causes your pain. Recognize how it makes you feel and wait for the pain to go away. Do not aggravate the situation by becoming angry or upset with any other factors or people involved. Only we humans worry about the future, regret the past, and blame ourselves for the present. Rick Hanson. Theme. The philosophy of Stoicism argues the idea that the only pain you really suffer is the one you create yourself. All pain stems from resistance to things you can't change. Negative events happen all the time for reasons beyond our control. We can, however, choose how we respond to them. Pain is simply the result of your resistance to everything you are powerless to change. We spend a lot of time thinking about the future and the past, but we can only live in the present and thus have no way of changing many things that make us unhappy. All negativity is caused by an accumulation of psychological time and denial of the present. Eckhart Tolle. To fill the void, we develop a resistance to these things, which we perceive as psychological or physical pain. When we're angry or upset, we think and act more irrationally, which almost always results in a worse situation. As a result, our reactions to things over which we have no control can perpetuate the pain cycle. Action. Acknowledge your pain in resistance. We all replay events from our past in our minds. This causes us psychological pain because we resist what we can't change when all we can do is fix or move on. Recognize your pain and then move on. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Marcus Aurelius. Chart. You can free yourself from pain by constantly observing your mind and not judging your thoughts. How can you get rid of your distress? There are two choices. First, regularly ask yourself, what will my next thought be? Second, stop judging your thoughts and desires. The first strategy is based on a physics effect known as the quantum Zeno effect, which states that by constantly observing a system, you can freeze it in its current state. Repeatedly asking yourself about your next thought will usually delay that thought, giving you enough time to realize how much time you actually spend on autopilot. You can begin the process of separating from your mind by interrupting it. The second method is intended to help you learn to listen to your body and accept the constant, nagging thoughts in your head about what you should or should not be doing. The next time you make a mistake, simply listen to your inner voice and don't act on it. Notice it, see it, accept that it exists, but resist its demands. Separating your body from your constantly active, thought-driven mind will allow you to feel less pain and stop resisting what you can't change. Stay present and continue to be the observer of what is happening inside you. Become aware not only of the emotional pain but also of the one who observes, the silent watcher. This is the power of the now, the power of your own conscious presence. Eckhart Tolle. Action. Acknowledge your own thought process. You can stop your own thought process if you can consciously observe it. Concentrate on concentrating rather than allowing your mind to wander, and you will gain control. Action. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Don't punish yourself when you do something wrong or fail to do something when you should have. What has been done is done. Recognize your accomplishment and take a deep breath. Allow it to wash over you and then move on. All you can do is study. Remember, you have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Louise L. Hi. Patch. Quit the eternal rat race and practice composure every day. Most of us tend to use the concept of composure incorrectly. When we say it, we expect to act without expressing our emotions. Assume you are a student who receives an email in the middle of class informing you that you have been accepted to your top choice school. You'll probably want to get up right away. However, if you do, your teacher will simply tell you to keep it together. But keeping your cool doesn't mean you have to hide your emotions. Staying with your feelings for just long enough to let them sink in, but without developing a permanent reaction to them, is what composure entails. When it comes to maintaining composure, it's all about being mindful of your emotions. Allow yourself to fully feel them, but don't let them take hold of you permanently. It's great to bask in a well-deserved victory, but the true test of your emotional stability is when you can move past it and not get consumed by the need for more. Composure acts as a reset button, disconnecting the thought patterns of "I'm on top of the world" and "I need more success at any cost." The same goes for when we experience negative emotions, breaking the connection between "I'm feeling down" and "I must avoid similar situations in the future." We can practice true composure by paying attention to when we are feeling particularly good or bad and then taking a brief moment to simply be with the sensation. During this time, we allow the sensation to sink in while accepting that everything is fine as it is. We don't have to start chasing the next thought in our heads right away. Action. Acknowledge your feelings. Embracing your emotions is key. Instead of pushing them down, give yourself permission to fully experience them. Take a moment to be present with your feelings, whether they are joyful, angry, or heartbroken. Let them sink in and remember, it's okay to feel. But feelings can't be ignored, no matter how unjust or ungrateful they seem. Annie Frank. We destroy ourselves when we stop feeling. If you bury your feelings within you, you become a graveyard. Bernie S. Siegel. Chair. We can reduce suffering in life by not associating ourselves with material objects. Embrace the art of letting go like a Buddhist monk. By letting go, they have the power to transform suffering into peace, fulfillment, and acceptance. Even in the face of death, the choice to let go can bring about a sense of tranquility instead of lingering on pain. Having a strong sense of self is important, but there's a fine line between having a sense of identity and getting too attached. Yes, our sense of self gives us purpose in life and sets us apart from others, but running away to live in the woods is not the answer. Instead, we can cultivate a healthy sense of self by letting go of the things we attach our identities to. Every time we say my or I in regards to something, we give it power over us. As everything in this world eventually comes to an end, over-identifying with things can lead to a constant feeling of loss and even depression. Think about all the things we say my to our clothes, electronics, possessions, and imagine if they all break down over time. The more we attach our sense of self to material objects, the more potential we have for feelings of sadness and gloom. Try decluttering for a weekend and see how it can help regulate your sense of self. And remember, as you step out into the world, look up to the highest building in sight and imagine seeing yourself from a bird's eye view. Keep zooming out until you see the bigger picture, just like on Google Maps. You are just a small part of this vast universe, so why let material possessions bring you stress and sorrow? Action. Be happy just being yourself. Although confronting your problems can be frightening, and there can be a lot of pressure to conform to what others expect of you, being yourself in its purest form can bring you the most peace and happiness. Action. Have a clear out. Although your material possessions can provide you with temporary happiness, excessive ownership can cause you distress when it breaks, is lost, or makes a mess. Declutter your life by getting rid of unnecessary possessions. Sat. You don't have to be religious in order to be spiritual. Ditch the labels and embrace your own path to spirituality. The Dalai Lama says it doesn't matter if you are part of a religion or not, what's important is that you are a compassionate and kind-hearted person. So many gods, so many creeds, so many paths that wind and wind, while just the art of being kind is all the sad world needs. Ella Wheeler Wilcox. There's no one-size-fits-all approach when it comes to dealing with life's big questions and handling suffering. Whether it's through meditation, religion, or finding meaning in life's experiences, embrace the method that works best for you. Don't let anyone tell you what's right or wrong when it comes to spirituality. The way you choose to connect with your beliefs is entirely up to you, so take a moment to reflect on what being spiritual means to you. It's your journey, so own it. Action. Discover the practices that make you closer to happiness. It's easy to become so engrossed in our daily lives that we lose sight of how brief life can be. Certain practices are followed by believers in every religion and spiritual belief to bring them closer to true happiness. Practicing something, even if it's just a movement, can help you ground yourself and reach new levels of consciousness. Focus on actions rather than just beliefs. Religion has been reduced to mere parroting of ideas picked up from preachers. Neither the preacher nor the pupil can claim to have gone through any systematic study, reflection and absorption of the truths of life. The world remains as poor as ever morally and spiritually. A. Parthasarathi. Art. Life's only constant is change. When asked about suffering, the Dalai Lama cautions against the common Western misconception that suffering is abnormal and something to be avoided at all costs. He asserts that suffering is a natural part of life and by denying it, we only bring more pain upon ourselves. The truth is, change is the only constant in life and holding on tightly to what we know only leads to more suffering. So, the key is to embrace change, not resist it. By accepting that life is in a constant state of flux, we can open ourselves up to the lessons and growth that come with it. Instead of complaining about a slammed car door or a slow cashier, we can find the silver lining and turn the situation around. And when faced with heartache from a breakup, we can find the strength to move forward. Embracing change and letting go is the path to true happiness. Action. Embrace a state of acceptance. What we resist persists. When a painful event occurs, accept the pain and sorrow that it brings. Resisting it will only exacerbate the feelings and pain. We gain clarity and move closer to happiness when we let go of control. Day by day, what you think and what you do is who you become. Heraclitus. One moment can change a day, one day can change a life, and one life can change the world. Buddha. 9. Don't fake it until you make it. Discovering your confidence starts with being true to yourself. The Dalai Lama suggests we embrace our limitations and be honest about what we can and can't do. Instead of trying to fake it until you make it, openly admit when you're not sure about something and watch how quickly people come to your aid. Honesty is not just the best policy, but it also gives others an opportunity to help you and build you up. When you are open and honest about your limitations, you are inviting others to come alongside you and support you, building a sense of community and solidarity. Being aware of your limitations and embracing them also leads to a greater sense of self-awareness. This means taking a deep dive into your strengths and weaknesses so you can focus your energy on what you're good at and seek help in areas you need improvement in. This self-awareness will lead you down a path of personal growth and development, helping you build confidence from the inside out. So, embrace your limits, be honest about what you can and can't do, trust yourself and trust the journey, and watch as you become a more confident, self-assured person, ready to tackle whatever challenges come your way. Action. Journal to get to know yourself better. Putting things down on paper always provides us with a sense of clarity. If you want to achieve happiness, you must first understand what it means to you. Make a list of everything. What do you require and desire from life? How do you intend to accomplish it? The most important conversations you'll ever have are the ones you'll have with yourself. David Goggins. Thus, suffering is inevitable in life, but that doesn't mean you should increase it. Life is tough, and no one can deny that. It's natural to suffer sometimes, but the truth is most of us make it even harder by clinging to poor values. We chase fleeting pleasures like wild parties or reckless relationships instead of looking for true and long-lasting satisfaction. Or we become obsessed with material possessions, thinking that we'll finally be happy once we've acquired them all. But research shows that beyond a certain point, wealth and success have little to do with our overall well-being. We need to shift our priorities and focus on what really matters. The most fulfilling purpose in life is to make the world a better place, not just for ourselves but for everyone around us. When we contribute to the greater good, we experience a sense of meaning and fulfillment that can't be found in self-centered pursuits. And that includes our spending habits. Instead of mindlessly buying the latest gadget or trend, we should be mindful of how we use our resources to improve our own lives and the lives of others. So, let's rethink our values and start living a life that's not only meaningful but also genuinely happy. Happiness is not a solvable equation. Dissatisfaction and unease are inherent parts of human nature and necessary components to creating consistent happiness. Mark Manson. 11. Pleasure and enjoyment are two different things. Today, people are often mistaken about the source of their happiness, but the truth is pleasure and happiness are two very different things. When a person can't find deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. Viktor Frankl. While pleasure is derived from fleeting sensory experiences such as indulging in a delicious meal or receiving a relaxing massage, it ultimately takes control away from you and your attention. True happiness, however, comes from enjoyment, which requires focus and conscious engagement. By bringing your attention to the present moment, you regain control and can actively work towards your most important goals. Sadly, our fast-paced, instant gratification-focused society often prioritizes pleasure over enjoyment, leading many to feel unfulfilled and unhappy. But the good news is, you can tap into true happiness by seeking out opportunities for flow, a state of deep focus and engagement. So, let's embrace enjoyment and leave pleasure behind. Action. Be aware of pleasure over enjoyment. Before you spend your money on something you truly desire, consider whether it will provide you with pleasure or enjoyment. If the former, save your money for something less materialistic that will bring you genuine, long-lasting happiness. A joyful life is an individual creation that cannot be copied from a recipe. Mayali Chiskzent Mihalai. 12. Flow is where challenges and skills match. Have you ever been so absorbed in an activity that time just flies by? That's flow, the state of total immersion and pure bliss where all your worries disappear. Dive into the world of ultimate enjoyment with the power of flow. Attaining this euphoric state can be achieved through two simple steps. 1. Choose an activity that you're passionate about and do it just for the love of it, without any external motivation like money or fame. Though, ensure that the level of challenge in the activity is perfectly balanced, not too easy or too difficult, but just right. 2. Find your flow. Focus on doing something that's meaningful and enjoyable to you. Don't let external factors like money or fame cloud your experience. For the second step, gradually build up the challenge level of the activity. If you're learning a new game like chess, start with an easier level and gradually increase the challenge as you get better. By following these steps, you'll experience life as a never-ending game filled with excitement, fulfillment, and happiness. So, go ahead, find your flow and keep the good times rolling. Action. Find your flow. Choose a rewarding activity, big or small, that you really enjoy and want to do more of. Make sure it's not too difficult to begin with, and keep adjusting the difficulty to keep yourself challenged. The best moments in our lives are not the passive, receptive, relaxing times, although such experiences can also be enjoyable if we have worked hard to attain them. The best moments usually occur when a person's body or mind is stretched to its limits in a voluntary effort to accomplish something difficult and worthwhile. Optimal experience is thus something that we make happen. Mayali Chiskzent Mihalai. 13. Happiness is a human construct and it doesn't really exist. Western society has bought into the happiness myth that we need to constantly chase our desires to attain true joy. But in reality, this never-ending pursuit only leads to temporary satisfaction and a constant craving for something more. The truth is that happiness can't be bought or achieved through external means. It's an internal state of being that requires hard work and dedication to a meaningful purpose. Buddha recognized this cycle of desire and unfulfillment long ago, and his teachings still hold relevance today. We don't need to become Buddhists to understand the value of his message in a world that is obsessed with chasing success. So instead of constantly striving for more, let's shift our focus to solving problems and working towards a greater purpose. When we do this, true happiness will naturally follow. Action: solve problems that you have stacked up and find your natural high. Don't let procrastination get in the way of your happiness. Tackle the small problems you've been avoiding, whether it's fixing your old bike or visiting your relatives. Once you start solving these little problems, you'll find that you feel a sense of accomplishment and a boost in your mood. And when you have free time, use it wisely. Instead of falling into the boredom trap of scrolling social media or binge watching TV shows, find a new hobby to explore. Whether it's cooking, drawing, or learning a new language, engaging in a new activity can be an incredibly fulfilling experience that brings you genuine joy. So, don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. Who you are is defined by what you are willing to struggle for. Mark Manson, your actions reveal how badly you want something. If you keep saying something is a priority but you never act on it, then you don't really want it. It's time to have an honest conversation with yourself. Your actions reveal your true motivations. James Clear. 14. Life goals are irrelevant, so set a life goal. Are you ready to create a life filled with purpose and meaning? It all starts with setting your sights on an ultimate goal, something that drives you, motivates you, and keeps you in a state of flow. Your goal doesn't have to be grand or ambitious, as long as it's important to you. It's your personal guide, helping you determine what matters most, what you want to achieve, and how you plan on making it happen. But remember, your life goal doesn't define you as a person, it simply serves as a tool to keep you moving forward. And don't be afraid to adapt or change your goal as you grow and evolve, it's all part of the journey. Embrace your destiny by taking control of your own story and keep pushing yourself to grow and challenge yourself. With a clear ultimate goal in mind, the possibilities for your life are endless. Action: write down a bucket list. A bucket list is a simple tool that can assist you in determining your life goal. What are the connections between all of the items on your list? Do they all lead to something bigger? Examine it and draw your own conclusions. When defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound, rebuild those plans and set sail once more toward your coveted goal. Napoleon Hill. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Jimmy Dean.